Hello, welcome to Yoga with Michelle. Today we're going to be doing a practice for those of you who sit at a desk all day long. Now, I used to work at an office where sitting actually caused me to have some really bad sciatic issues. It also caused me to have some low back pain, tight hips, hamstrings, the works. So today we're going to be working on strengthening as well as stretching out those areas of the body. So we're going to go ahead and get started. You don't need any props today, just your mat. Let's begin in our cat-cow. So we start in our tabletop position. Your knees are right under your hips, and then your wrists are right under your shoulders. Spread your fingers really wide as you inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Then exhale, chin to chest, navel in, rounds it out. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, warming up the spine here. 1 more time, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, come to a neutral spine. Now we're going to find balance here, so extend your right leg back. So first, start with the toes down, keeping the hips square. Engage that belly. Once this feels nice and stable, you can begin to lift that leg. If this feels great, you can lift the opposite arm, the left arm. If you feel too unstable here, just keep that left hand down. Inhale, take a deep breath, exhale. We're just holding here, creating some balance. 1 more breath in, and as you exhale, come back to that tabletop position. It's the same thing on that left side. Press that left heel back, feel the square of the hips, engage through the belly, then lift that leg. You can stay here, begin to lift that right arm up. Deep breath in, deep breath out. 1 more breath in. As you exhale, come to your tabletop. So we're going to tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back really high for our first downward facing dog. So make this down dog really long. Pedal out the heels, shake your head and neck. So already you should be feeling a nice stretch through the calves and your hamstrings. Then come to center into stillness, melting the heels down toward the floor. Begin to lift your left leg up, bend the knee, open the hip, maybe take some ankle circles here. And inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, back to down dog. Same thing with that right leg. Bend the knee, open up. Find lots of space here. Inhale, straighten, and exhale, come back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, and as you exhale, gaze to the top of the mat, slowly step forward, come into a soft forward fold. Feet are hip width distance to start. Opposite hand to opposite elbow, and bend the knees as much or as little as you need. So being really aware of where your hamstrings are today. Breathing. And come to stillness, release your arms, slowly begin to roll up, 1 vertebrae at a time. Shoulders and head come up last. So stand really tall in your mountain pose, engage through the quadriceps, belly in, tailbone long, relax the shoulders up and back. So we're going to go ahead and go through 3 sun salutation A's. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale up. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back into a high plank. So we're going to pause here and lower all the way to the belly first. Then come into your low cobra. Inhale. Exhale, lower down, tuck the toes, lift the knees, press up and back. Downward facing dog. Hold for 2 deep breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and out. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, gaze to the top of the mat. Walk, step, or float. Come to forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Press the palms. Exhale to the heart. So different variation. Inhale up. Exhale, dive out. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back into your high plank. So modified chaturanga, come to the knees and the tops of the feet. The elbows go back, take a breath in, exhale, lower part way. Inhale, press up, lift the knees for your upward facing dog. Now use your belly as we come up and back, downward facing dog. 2 deep breaths, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and out. 1 more breath in. As you exhale, gaze the top of the mat. Walk, step, float, forward fold. Bring your feet a little bit closer together. As you fold forward, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Press the palms. Exhale to the heart. So this next one, we're going to go for the full chaturanga. Inhale, up. Exhale, dive. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back into your high plank. So be super strong here in your high plank. Take a breath in. Hinge forward as you exhale, lowering part way. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So you might even feel a nice stretch through the front of the hip in your upward facing dog. Take a deep breath in as you exhale, gaze at the top of the mat. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale this time, bend the knees, lift the arms, come into your chair pose. So even though we're sitting in a chair all day long, we're just pretending here. Really strengthening the legs, squeeze the inner thighs and the knees together. Lift the arms, relax the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, and as you exhale, take an open twist to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, open twist to the left. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, and then go through your chaturanga, or you can go straight to downward facing dog. In down dog, inhale, lift your left leg high, or your right leg high rather. Exhale, bring it through. We're coming into our low lunge to start. So we're coming to the top of that back knee, the top of the foot, sink the hips, lift the heart. So we're getting a nice stretch, but we're also engaging through the inner thighs. So it feels as if you're trying to pull the mat together with your back knee and your front heel. Now we're going to tuck the toes, lift the back knee, engage through the core, coming up into your high crescent lunge. Inhale. As you exhale, come into your lunge twist. Now think about your warrior two, because we're going to inhale, window open, and exhale, land in your warrior two. Inhale, straight in the front leg. Exhale, reach, 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 and come into your triangle pose. Inhale, and as you exhale, plant the hands, step back, go or flow. Downward facing dog is where we're going to meet. Inhale with that left leg high. Exhale, bring it through. Come to that low lunge again. So we're sinking the hips really low, but still engaging through the inner thighs. So it feels like you're trying to pull everything in. So strength and stretch. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Inhale, rise up. High crescent lunge. Exhale, sink. Inhale, find length. Exhale, open twist. Inhale, windmill. Exhale, sink it down for warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. As you exhale, reach out for triangle pose. Stacking hips, ribs, and shoulders. One more deep breath in. Exhale, plant the hands. Go or flow. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in as you exhale. Gaze to the top of the mat. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Now take your right foot in front of your left for a sciatic stretch. Now this is pretty intense, so if you need to, you can place a block or a book. Maybe even have a chair or be at the back of a table to really stretch this out. One more breath. Bring a little bit more weight into the balls of the foot. Then unwind the feet. Bring that left leg in front. Re-square off over the legs. Take two more deep breaths here. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you're really feeling this in that leg, just direct the breath to that area to create more space and length. And let's come back to our forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, lift the arms. We're back in our chair pose. Inhale, find length. Exhale, open twist. Inhale up. Exhale, open twist to the left. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to twist, but this we're going to wrap the arms around the body to get the twist a little bit deeper. So you start from the low belly, and then you work your way up into the thoracic spine, the mid-spine, then all the way up into the cervical spine, but gaze down, make sure your knees are still together. Nice. Inhale, back through center. Exhale to the other side. So 3 deep breaths here, deepening through the twist. Finding length on the inhales and depth on the exhales. Inhale, come back through chair. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back, go or flow. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that right leg high, and as you exhale, we're just going to bring it straight through into that high crescent lunge. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, sink the hips. Inhale, find length. Exhale, open twist. Inhale, windmill. Exhale, sink down for warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, hinge out for your triangle pose. Take a breath in. As you exhale, we're going to fold over, lift that back heel, step it in and up slightly for pyramid. So you really want to square those hips, so maybe even take the right thumb into that right hip crease to square off the hips. It's called an intense side stretch, and you will definitely feel it here. One more breath in and out. Now from here, standing splits, plant the hands, lift that back leg, fold all the way down. Maybe you practice your balance, bringing one hand or both hands to the ankle. Inhale. As you exhale, Kundalini's descents. Squeeze it in. Inhale, lift. Let's do two more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, step back into that low lunge. Sink the hips. Yeah. So we're going to plant the left hand, and then we're going to open up with the right. Now you can stay here. You can begin to reach back and get a nice quadricep stretch for that left leg. Oh, feels so good, especially after a long day of working. Inhale, release. As you exhale, plant your hands, go or flow to downward facing dog. So you either go straight to down dog or you flow through your vinyasa. It's the same thing on that left side. Inhale, left leg lifts high. Exhale, bring it through. We're rising up for our high lunge. Exhale, sink. Inhale, find length. Exhale, open twist. Inhale, windmill. Exhale, sink for warrior two. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, and as you exhale, plant the hands, step that back foot in and up slightly for pyramid. So you want to square those hips again. Bring everything in alignment. All four corners of both feet really rooted and planted down here. Heart is lifted. Nice stretch here. Inhale, and as you exhale, coming into your standing splits. Maybe again you find supreme balance with one or both hands on the ankle. So you might fall out, just come right back. Now Kundalini's descent, inhale, exhale, squat. Inhale up, exhale, squat. One more, inhale up, exhale, squat. Inhale, lift, and as you exhale, come back to that low lunge, lift the hearts. Plant the right hand, open up with the left. You can stay here, get that quadricep stretch. Nice, on that right side. It's one of my favorite stretches here. Inhale, and as you exhale, release, plant the hands, go or flow, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, and as you exhale, gaze to the top of mat, hop, step, float, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Press the hands and exhale into the heart. So we're going into tree pose, Vrikshasana. So root down firmly through one leg, outward rotation through the other. You can bring the foot to the calf or the thigh. Just squeeze everything in and bring the hands to the heart. So it's a nice hip opener here. Now, if you're a little bit more advanced in your practice and you would like to try a half lotus variation, you can try that here. It gets a deeper stretch through the outer hip. Wherever you are, we've got 3 more deep breaths. Maybe you grow your branches, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Breathe in. One more inhale as you exhale, release. Great. So you need to shake it out. We're just going to take it to the other side. So outward rotation, bring the foot to the calf or the thigh, or maybe you come into that half lotus variation. Wherever you are, find that point of focus in front of you, your drishti. Use the core, engage it, and you're squaring everything to the front of the room. So even here, you're slightly engaging your oblique muscles. You're opening out everything is squeezing into the midline. So it looks like we're just standing here, but lots of things are happening, lots of muscles are engaged. Let's take one more breath. And exhale, release. Awesome. So we have one more flow. Come back to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, sit back into your chair. We're going to bring our hands to heart center, coming into our prayer twist. Inhale, find length. Exhale, left elbow to the outside of that right knee. Really lock that elbow and try to bring the prayer to the center of the chest. Gaze down at the knees. Make sure that they're still in alignment. Inhale, come back through chair, and then exhale to the other side. So lock that right elbow to the outside of that left knee, opening through the heart. Inhale through chair. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, go or flow, downward facing dog. So maybe you try to hop back into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that right leg high. Exhale, bring it through. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Exhale, sink the hips. Inhale, find length. Exhale, open twist. Inhale, windmill. Exhale, sink down, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, find length. Exhale, come to pyramid pose. Inhale. And as you exhale, fold for that standing split. Inhale. Exhale, kundalinis. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And this time as you exhale, we're going to come all the way down into our seated twist. So my left leg is underneath. My right leg is on top. Take your left hand, hug that right knee in. Sit up nice and tall, right hand behind. Inhale, find length, and then exhale, twist. So you're using that core, just like we did with our standing twist. Feel it coming from the low spine, working all the way up into your neck. Now, if you have a bind, you can begin to thread that arm through the leg and find the bind here. On your next inhale, release, go or flow, downward facing dog. Now you can plant the hands, you can jump the feet back, inhale upward, exhale downward. Inhale, lift that left leg high, exhale, bring it through. Inhale, high lunge, exhale, sink the hips. Inhale, find length, exhale, twist. Inhale, windmill, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg, exhale, triangle. Inhale, and as you exhale, pyramid pose. Inhale, as you exhale, standing splits. Inhale, now exhale, kundalinis, two more. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Now this time as you exhale, we're going to come all the way down into that seated twist. So now the right leg is underneath, left leg is on top. Hug that left leg, left hand behind, inhale, sit up, and then exhale, twist behind. So every inhale, find that length. Every exhale, find your depth. If you have the twist, or the bind rather, on the other side for the twist, find the bind here. Inhale. Exhale, and as you inhale, come back through center. This is our last vinyasa, go or flow, to downward facing dog. And then just gaze forward. We're going to come to a comfortable seat. We're going to stretch out the legs first. So we're going to start with Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees wide. And you can bring the feet super close to you, really whatever feels comfortable. I like to sometimes clasp my hands, around my feet, sit up tall, and allow gravity just to open up. Or you can place your thumbs to the inside of your feet and then open up like a book. And maybe begin to hinge forward, using the elbows against the knees, really breathing here. Well, it feels so good for the inner and outer thighs, the hips. Inhale, sit up. Now we're going to do a pose called fire logs. And there's going to be a couple options for this. So we're going to start with the right leg underneath, parallel to the front of the mat, and then the left leg on top. Now ideally, you want your knees and your feet stacked on top of each other. Really helps to open the hips. If your knee is really high, just place a cushion or a block underneath. If neither of those options are accessible, just come to a cross-legged position with one foot in front. So wherever you are, Inhale, sit up tall, and as you exhale with a flat back, fold forward. So the heart is always moving forward. We're not rounding out because that puts undue pressure on the low back and actually takes the stress and the stretch out of the hip. You really want to get that hip stretch. Maybe you walk forward a little bit more, coming onto the forearms. If you're really flexible, maybe you bring the head down. And inhale, come back up. So we're going to try that on the other side. Fire lock, so whichever position you're in, try that now. Just make sure you flex the feet, really help to protect the knees. Inhale, sit up tall, and as you exhale, fold forward. Now you might not come down as far on this side, and that's totally fine. With every breath, you find that length. With every exhale, you might get a little bit deeper. So just be really gentle with your body, no judgments, just being aware of the difference between the sides. Typically, one side is stronger than the other or more flexible. Let's take 2 more breaths, going to your depth, and relax the head, maybe even shake your head out here. And inhale, come all the way up. Great. I'm going to come into a reverse tabletop. So bring your hands back behind you. I like my fingertips facing me. Some people like the fingertips out. Really, it's whatever works for your body. Feet are firmly planted, hip width distance. Take a breath in and out. Inhale, lift all the way up. So great stretch for the shoulders as well. So lift the hips really high, soft bend through the elbows, and maybe you allow the head to completely relax here. Let's take 2 more deep breaths. Breathe in and out. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, come all the way down to a seated position. Shirsasana. Pull one leg in, kind of like a seated tree pose. The other leg is straight out in front. Inhale, find length. As you exhale, twist over toward that foot and begin to fold forward. Any amount. So if you notice my back is still flat, I'm not rounding here. I'm leading with my heart, and then I'm hinging and folding as much as I can. So wherever you are, we've got a few more deep breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and out. Inhale, all the way back up, and switch to the other side. Now, it might also be helpful to move some flesh away from the sits bones to really help you sit up as tall as you can. So breathe in, square off the shoulders toward that foot, and then begin to fold any amount. Now, I like to cross my hands to really help me with that grasp, or you could take a strap, really wherever is accessible for you today. We've got 1 more deep breath in and out. Inhale, coming all the way up now. And this time, both legs are straight out in front. Inhale, sit up tall. As you exhale, fold forward. So again, grab wherever you can. Maybe you take your peace fingers around your big toe. Inhale, find length, and exhale. Open the elbows out to the side, and then try to fold down here. So I feel the stretch all the way from my seat out through my heel. Maybe you feel that as well. Just breathe here. Try to enjoy the stretch, releasing throughout the body. So we're winding down. We've strengthened our hips and our legs, and we're just stretching them out. Inhale, all the way up. We're going to make our way onto our backs, and then hug your knees into the chest. Rock gently side to side. This might feel really nice, like a nice massage for that low back. And just go ahead and take some circles with the legs. Circle one way, massage that low spine, and then circle in the other way. And going back to stillness, placing the feet to the floor. Bring that right knee into the chest, then extend it straight up. You can hold behind the thigh, you can hold behind the calf. Maybe you take some ankle rolls here. Point and flex the foot. Then just with the upper body relaxed, try to bring that leg a little bit closer to the body, but keep the hips rooted and grounded. Inhale. And as you exhale, cross this ankle over the opposite knee. Flex the right foot, and maybe you just push that right knee away for reclined pigeon, or you can hug the whole figure 4 into the body. Just try to release that tailbone. Keeping that right foot flexed, you can hold in front of the left shin or behind the left thigh. 1 more breath, breathe in and breathe out. Now we're going to switch sides, so hug that left knee into the chest, extend it up, hold behind the thigh or the calf, maybe take ankle circles, maybe flex and point the foot. Then begin to draw the whole leg closer to the body, keeping the hips anchored and soft through the upper body. Inhale, and as you exhale, cross the ankle over that right knee. Maybe just press that left knee away, or you can hug everything in for a reclined pigeon stretch. Just begin to soften your facial muscles. Breathing here. One more breath. And then begin to release everything. Hug both knees into the chest, open out, happy baby. So I like to grab my ankles so I can take my elbows to the inside of my knees, really open up through the inner thighs. Get a nice stretch through here. Release the tailbone again. You don't want it to curl up. You really want to release that down onto the mat. Hug the knees into the chest. Place the feet to the floor. Feet together, knees wide for Supta Baddha Konasana. Begin to place one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Eyes are closed. Now you can stay here for final relaxation or lengthen your body long into traditional Shavasana. We're just going to be here for 3 deep breaths, thanking our body for the amazing things that it does every day. 2 more breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, together, hug the knees into the chest, rock forward and back, come to a comfortable cross-legged position, hands at the heart. Let me see the light in each of you. Namaste.